Hi guys, how are you? Did you miss me? Because I missed you. Okay, this is so weird. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is so awkward. But I'm back, okay? But you know me and my hiatuses that I take. I'm gonna explain it in a second. But I just wanted to say hi. How are you? So as you guys can tell from the title of this video, and you guys know I always have my notes, like look how much. I literally wrote this all today. You know I can never go a video without my notes. But basically the title of this video is gonna be talking about private life is the best life, authenticity, intimacy with God, and just new seasons. So I'm gonna give you guys a life update because I know you guys probably want a life update just because I've been gone for so long. But if you're not in the group chat that I created on GroupMe, you're missing out because I talk on there like pretty frequently. So if you were wondering what I've been doing for like the past 3 months, I talked about it a lot in the group chat. What I first want to talk about is just like the new season that God has abruptly like thrown me into. Last time we spoke, I was unemployed, right? And I was getting rejection letter after rejection letter. I was sitting actually like right here. I was sitting right here. Oh my gosh, in that video talking about how disheartening it was just getting rejection letter after rejection letter and trusting God and all this stuff and starting therapy. Now I have a job. Your girl is employed, okay? Your girl is a corporate girly now. But I feel like just wanting to let you guys know the journey to getting this job was not like easy. It was easy. God placed it almost in my lap, it feels like, but I definitely had to like work for it. A lot of you guys guessed that I got like my dream job, a job I've always wanted. And in a lot of ways I did get my dream job. And then in a lot of ways I didn't. Or in like minor ways I didn't get my dream job. I think a lot of you assume that I got a job in fashion. I didn't. I got a job in another industry. I basically have a really extensive, very extensive role. I do a lot. And I remember before, actually the week that I got this job, I remember God telling me in a dream that this job isn't gonna just lead me to my career, but it's also gonna lead me to like relationships and friendships and just different opportunities and other open doors within this door. And I've been seeing that, or God manifest that into my life as we speak. God has just been blessing me abundantly. This video is also just such a good reminder just for myself, like how much God has changed my life within the 4 months or 3 months that have gone by. About to be traveling soon too, because this job, I work for a very global company. So we're located like all over the world. So who I work for and who I support, he's constantly traveling. So I basically mirror everything he does. So I'm gonna be traveling as well. So God definitely answered a prayer with that because I always said that I want to travel more. See like that. Towards the end of that time, I actually lost my car in a car accident. So I totaled my car. So on top of me being unemployed and really having like, I had income, but not as much as I have now. That is like obviously like helping me and making me stable in life. But I also lost my car. So I lost my means for transportation. So I was just so depressed. Like I was so sad, so upset. Even though I got back a lot of money for the car, my car that I lost, which is helping me get a brand new car, it's still just like really, it was just bad timing. And I really feel like that was like a time where God was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna test your faith, like on to a whole nother level. I don't think I ever seeked God more than I did during that time of my life. Like I am not even kidding. Like I wish I almost felt that same way now, how I feel now. Like I want to feel like how I did then. I felt so lost and I really wanted to feel stable and I really needed guidance. And I knew the only person that can give me that was God. Verse that came to mind during that time that I was in of really trusting God and having things kind of just swiped out from under me was Proverbs 12:25, and it says, anxiety in the heart of a man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. I think because I was in my word in God's word so heavy, that's really the only reason why I felt the way I felt, because there was a moment in time where I felt so confident that I was gonna get the job that God really had for me. When you're not in your word, you tend to get overwhelmed by your emotions and by your thoughts and anxieties and everything, and it causes depression for so many of us. But I think once we get in the word, it like replenishes our spirit, it like renews us, it's literally like food for the soul. So since getting that job, I knew that I wouldn't be on YouTube as much. Like my YouTube presence was gonna go down dramatically, and not purposely, because obviously I knew I would be busy, my commute, where I work, and just like the hectic nature of it all. I knew that I was not gonna be on YouTube that much. My semester ended, so I did have time, very small time on my plate to make YouTube videos. But then like something hit me and I was like, you know what? Like I kind of like this break. Like this break kind of feels good. I feel like I just realized how nice and good it felt just living for an audience of one and not having to like talk about my life 24/7. Not that I don't like doing that. I love sharing my journey with you guys. That's why I made this YouTube channel. But sometimes the whole nature of social media and what I do on here, it can get a little draining for me to talk about like things I go through 24/7. I feel like everyone deserves a break. It felt good just like basking in my blessings in private and not feeling obligated to share them like 24/7 or almost like boast about them or brag about them like sometimes I see people do, you know. That's another story. That's another conversation for another day. Maybe that could be a tea time. But no, yeah, it just felt really good basking in my blessings that God was pouring over my life in private, just with God. It just felt good. So I think the break ended up being longer than maybe it should have, because I started getting emails from you guys like, where are you? Oh my gosh. But now I'm here. So, and I actually met one of you guys in person, which was so amazing. It just made me realize like, okay, I gotta get back to YouTube. So now I'm going into the topic of how private life is really the best life. Deleting all my social media was honestly the best decision I've ever made in my whole entire life. Like whole entire life. And recently, I think it was like 2-3 months ago, I deleted my TikTok account. I wasn't heavy on it because I didn't really have like a presence on there. I deleted my TikTok account because even Christian TikTok can get toxic sometimes. Like the whole world of social media was just overwhelming. Things I realized not having social media anymore is that authenticity is gone, guys. Like genuinely, I really truly believe it's gone. You guys don't have to take what I say word for word. This is my opinion. By the way, disclaimer, my opinion. So if anyone gets offended, I don't know, get offended. I'm literally just explaining to you guys how I feel about it, my journey, everything, and hoping you guys can relate at least and think to yourselves like, oh wow, I'm not the only person that thinks this way, because I think this way too. I feel like we succumb to trends, aesthetics, and just wanting so badly to fit in a group or fit somewhere, to like belong to something, instead of like living our true, authentic, and unique lives out with God. I think we've gotten too obsessed with validation as much as we don't want to admit it. Sometimes we do it unconsciously, because a lot of us can be like, well, I don't need your validation. Then why are you posting it expecting likes, you know, like on what you posted? We're waiting for people to see what you post, to see what you do, to see what you say, and you're waiting for their opinion on it, and their opinion is a like. I've even seen like Christianity on social media, people trying to make Christianity like an aesthetic, like the coffee shop Christianity, the Bible studies on the beach aesthetic, and like making it seem like everything is like a happy, jolly thing, which is so great, because definitely that way of portraying it can obviously draw people near to Christianity. But I feel like we also have to be real and let people know it's not all rainbows and daisies. It's trials and tribulations and dying to oneself every single morning, dying to our flesh every single morning, and that's not easy, okay? The renewing of your spirit is not an easy process. The purifying of your heart is not an easy process, okay? So I just feel like that realness is kind of not being portrayed as much as I feel like it should be. There's also like a forced need to share everything we do, which is another reason why I want to let you guys know something that I want to change about my channel is not doing vlogs anymore. I don't want to do like weekly vlogs. I don't feel like there's a need to show you guys what I'm doing weekly. What I will continue to show you guys is obviously like my spiritual growth and different Bible studies and things like that, but I want this channel more so focused on God and less on me. I feel like with other Christian content creators, I feel like we really need to ask ourselves, okay, is this edifying what we're posting? I personally have stopped watching YouTubers who more so do like the weekly vlogs, the maintenance vlogs, the watch me clean vlogs, the come on vacation with me vlogs, the daily vlogs, the everything morning routine, what I eat, what I shower with. Literally, it's getting like intimate on here. And I've stopped watching these YouTubers because I'm like, the more I'm watching these people's lives and what they're doing and the blessings that God has given them, which is great, the less I'm working on myself. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. I really don't care that badly either to just sit behind a screen and watch someone else's life. It's all great and it's good entertainment, but I feel like there needs to be boundaries and there needs to be a time where you're like, okay, this is enough. Is this feeding my spirit? Is this YouTuber talking about Jesus even though they're saying that they're a Christian, or are they showing us what Jesus has blessed them with instead of talking about Jesus, the person who blessed them, the blesser? Okay, so that's something that I really want to change about my channel. Change what I watch and what are the things that I view. I feel like intimacy is gone, privacy is gone, and it's just so draining to see and to watch this all happen. So that's why I really want to keep my personal life just to myself. I do strongly believe that our spiritual lives we should be more open about, because I know people want to hear and relate to someone else's journey, and knowing that they're not the only ones going through crazy trials and tribulations in their life, that other people are going through the same exact things, maybe even worse. So these are things that we need to be talking about. I feel like we have a tendency, and I'm saying we because I'm guilty of this, to talk more about what's happening in our lives more than we talk about Jesus. And is it because that gets more views, or that gets more likes, and that gets more comments? So it's just stuff that I'm thinking about, that I believe like we as a Christian community should think about, that are content creators. Who gave me this platform in the first place? God. So it's like, who should I be talking about? God. I feel like in the beginning, I was trying so hard to follow trends, watching other Christian YouTubers and seeing the things that were kind of taking off for them when it came to content, and trying to like mimic it, until like I sat back one day and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I just want to do what I want to do. I just feel like it was unnecessary for me to do that. It was draining for me. I feel like I was not being authentic anymore. And I know you guys really like the realness. I have made so many mistakes on this journey. I'm even living through the mistakes as we speak right now. But I didn't want that to stop me from making a video for you guys. And I believe that's what stopped me from sitting down in front of this camera and talking to you guys, just because I felt like I needed to sit down, or the only time I could do this was when I was at my good place with God. These are the moments when I should sit down and talk to you guys, because I'm being real with you. How I feel now and where I'm at with my relationship with God is not exactly where I was at before I got this job. And it reminds me, do we only seek God when we need something from Him? Shouldn't it be we seek God when we're at a low point in our lives, but we also praise God when we're at a high point in our lives? We don't just stop praising and talking to God and seeking God because we got what we wanted from Him. Where I'm at with my relationship with God is a little unsteady because of the busyness of my schedule. It's distracted me, and I forgot who brought me here, like who got me to this place. I've been like so distracted, and it's honestly been so convicting. I really believe like me coming back to YouTube is gonna help so much, and starting the Bible studies over, or not over again, but starting the Bible studies back up again and all this stuff. So I'm just grateful that God has given me this little small corner of YouTube, because not only is it hopefully helping you guys, but it's also helping me. I'm preaching to myself here too, guys. Yes, I'm in a new season. Yes, God has blessed me abundantly with new relationships, like friendships. Doesn't mean the trials and tribulations stop, like at all. Something that I learned that my very, very wise parents told me was getting off the throne that I created for myself and giving it to God. I like having total control over my life. Ooh, thunder. There's thunder, guys. I like having total control over my life. I like knowing things when I want to know them. I want to know the answer when I want to know the answer. I want to know exactly what's going to happen in my life when I want to know. But it doesn't work like that. Having a relationship, a genuine relationship with God, I feel like we have to understand that our lives are not our own. It belongs to God, guys. Psalms 31:15. I'm just reading it from my phone really quickly. It says, "My times are in your hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from those who persecute me." So basically, whatever is to come out of our life is in the hands of our Heavenly Father. Who's really in control here? Is it us or is it God? Because if it was us, our life would be in complete shambles. If you're trying to take full control over your life, look around you. Your life is probably in shambles. But if you give it over to God, the person who is worthy of our trust will notice that we just become more stable in life. Doesn't mean that bad things won't happen, doesn't mean trials won't hit us, but it just means that our life is in his hands. You wouldn't want your future or your life in anyone else's hands but God's, because he is perfect. Imagine giving your life over to someone who's imperfect, like one of us. Like, it would be a mess. It wouldn't be good. But if we give it over to God, who is perfect, who is worthy of our trust, who is the ultimate promise keeper, you shouldn't have a worry. We shouldn't really have any worry at all in the world, yet we will still, because we're human with human emotions. It's our human nature. It's just something to remind ourselves of. That is really like my life update. There's way more that I could talk about, but this video would be like 40 minutes long, and I'm gonna try and cut it down as much as possible. But yeah, that's just where my life has been. Just good things, bad things still, but overall, God's faithfulness is gonna obviously overrule everything else. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something from it. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. If you guys are wondering what my hair looks like, just because I feel like I might get a question about it, I basically got bohemian braids, and I used human hair. I think it's called Brazilian wavy, curly, something like that. That's what it looks like. So cute with curly bottoms. Just some hair inspo if you guys want to do it. Okay. Oh my gosh, time to edit this video. Bye.